Hi there, Joka here, and in this video I'm sharing some projects that I created with some new Spellbinders products. This one here is the Just Wanted to Say collection. There are two birds in this collection. One of them is called, I have to think, Sweet Birdie, and the other one is this one is the Sweet Birdie set, and the other one was the little Chickadee. Then there is the Leafy Sprig edge die set. You can see that you can create different colored leaves on top of the base sprig. Then there is this wreath builder with lots of tiny little pieces that you can add color with to your wreath. Then we have this huge stitched high die set with a shadow die, and then a little high that you can use separately or with the shadow. And then there is this sentiment stamp set, and the exact same sentiments are also available in a Glimmer plate set. So I will also be focusing on another few new products that I will show you a bit later in the video. So I die cut a bunch of these sprigs from two of the green cardstocks that Spellbinders has, and I created different pink and blue leaves, the separate leaves that you can add on top. And actually it seems that this is the exact same color combination that I used in one of my other videos from today. I did not remember this. Well, that one doesn't have greens in it. Okay, so this is very easy to put together all these leaves. They are the same shape as the sprig. You don't have to layer them. I just like the idea of two different colors, or you could even go all out there and add 7 different colors, like in a rainbow kind of colorway. So many options with these leaves. Now, these are the products that I mentioned earlier. There are a lot of new beautiful big embossing folders. These are 3D embossing folders that create amazing patterns. I will show them to you later. I think I did not do all of them, but most of them. They are absolutely amazing. I was just so surprised. And something that I was super excited about, this universal plate system, it's called, that is perfect for your slimline dies, the big embossing folders. There's various shims with it, cutting plates, different plates you can check online. I will add everything to the description box below, but there's a bunch of things. The platform itself, the 2 cutting plates, adapter plate, and you have all the instructions how you can layer these. I was very excited about this because I struggle with my slimline dies. So that is a new product in the shop today, and then I'm gonna show you the embossing folders. Here, first, I only added some water on one side. I don't know if you can see that over there on the right. There are some creases and some tears. So it is very important with these folders that you spray some water on both sides of the paper. I then dabbed off the excess with a kitchen paper towel, and then the patterns are absolutely amazing. You will see all the dimension, and honestly, I just have no words. They are just so beautiful. I will not be using these particular panels in today's video. I mean, in the none of the cards that I made, but I wanted to show you all, well, most of the embossing folders, just so that you see what they look like. And I thought, because I used some of the embossing folders in this video, I thought it would be good to add these here as well. I can't wait to use these in the future. And actually, I'm glad that I have a bunch of pre-made panels, although they are totally random colors. So, you know, maybe I will not want to use the exact colors when I'm working with them. Who knows? Now, this embossing folder was the hardest for me. You can see even with the two sides sprayed, it still has some creases, but there's no tears or anything. It still looks really great. Now, the two birds here, I die cut all the teeny tiny little pieces, and then I'm just going to layer them and glue them together, assemble everything. They are very straightforward, but I thought I would leave these in the video anyway. Maybe it helps you in some way. They are super cute, and yeah, I just cannot have enough bird dies. They are adorable. Now the tail piece, obviously you can use just one. I opted for 3 different colors, or you can use more, whatever you feel like. And this is not the only way you can put the birds together either. You can place the wing in a different position. You can also place these 2 legs behind the body, or one of them in front of the body and the other one behind the body. So there's a bunch of options. And I think there was one tiny die in both of the sets that I could not quite figure out. They also look like legs, maybe a different kind of pair. I just went with the normal straight ones, but if you look at the top of the screen at the left, on the left set, there is a die set that I just got covered right now. That is, I think it's a pair of legs as well, but I could not figure it out. I'm sure there is a reason to it, because this always the designers, they always think of you know, different uses. So it's just sometimes you know, we all see different things, and maybe if I look at them again I will figure them out. But right now I did not use that part, so I just went with the straightforward, the one that I could, you know, I could tell was legs. And both birds, so one of them faces left, the other one right. And again, you can just add one tail piece or more. You know, a lot of ways you can use this. And again, I just kept to the same color scheme, the pinkish and bluish colors, plus the green ones. I think they go really well together. And then here are the little flowers. This is actually the wreath builder set. So you can form wreath with the pieces in this set, actually kind of oval kind of shape, but I did not do that. I will just place my birds on some of these, and I will also use a piece on another card as an embellishment. You will see that soon. I created 2 layers for some of my flowers. I don't know if it makes a huge difference, but I added some foam tape in between, so it's more dimensional. I don't know why I do this. I just like the look. And you can see how all of these flowers are put together. It's very, I think if you have any dies from Spellbinders, then this will be familiar. They do a lot of their floral dies like this, the center 2 layers, and then you can use 2 different colors. So it's great. Oh, this is another embossing folder, which I actually did not add water to one side. So you can see that the difference. One side looks a bit more, what did I say before? Oh God, I will try to remember the word. Creased. Oh my God. So I actually used the debossed side, not the embossed side, if that makes sense. I might not even, but I think that's what it's called, right? Debossed, like the wrong side of the folder, because that's the side that I added water to, and it's a lot nicer. And actually that my texture, the cardstock texture, is also on that side, but I really like the way that looks. And my card base is 4.5 by 4.5 inches. I'm not sure why I decided to go with a square card. I don't normally do these. For some reason, I always opt for a rectangular shape. But I thought, you know, these mini birds on a mini card, I don't know. I just felt like this would be a good shape for these little birdies. Aren't they cute? So I'll just add some, you know, these are leaves, not really branches, but I'm going to use them as branches basically and sit my birds on that. I actually wanted to create 3 birds, but then I realized that this card is too small for that, so I'm only having 2. But in the end, because I found a sentiment that is perfect, well, obviously it's the same collection, so the designers thought that through. But it's perfect for the 2 little birds. You will see that later. And now I'm just using that little piece that I trimmed off the top flower. I did not want to throw it away, so I thought I'd add it at the bottom here. And then I just added as many flowers as I wanted, basically. I mean, they don't necessarily belong where I put them, but I just wanted to add more flowers than, you know, the branches originally had. And then I'm adding some foam tape to some of them just to create a little bit more interest and dimensions. And of course I have to add some foam tape to the tail of the bird as well, so that it doesn't get crushed in the mail if I send this. Now moving on to the next card. This is going to be a slimline card, and again this is a new 3D embossing folder, and again I'm using the wrong side of it. Here there was actually no reason, because because both sides were beautiful, but I thought I'd be a rebel and use the wrong side. Anyway, you will see both of them are really pretty, and I really like embossed white panels. Of course, any color will do great, but white on white, I don't know, white textured, I just really like it. And then, you know, I generally don't go with white backgrounds, but when it's white, it has to be textured for me. And I mean, you can do so many things with these embossing folders. You can add paint and colors and everything. I did not even think about it because I just really like texture. So I didn't even think to add color. But I have to try that in the future for sure. So I'm doing a really simple card design here. I'm just going to add my die cut leaves going from the top to the bottom, and from kind of from the lightest color to the darkest, if that makes sense. I mean, I don't know if that light blue is actually darker than the dark pink, you know what I mean, but it blue is darker than pink, if that makes sense. Yeah, and then I will only add a sentiment to this later. That's all. So it's a very simple design, but I think these leaves are so beautiful. Of course, I wanted to do the obvious design that I always would do, is fill up a whole background with the leaves, just creating some kind of pattern, and with different colors, but then, you know, I changed my mind. Now this one here, this was my original idea. I wanted to make a slimline card and then layer all the colors I used on the other cards like this, but it just looked so weird to me with I think the bottom of the H looked weird, but maybe you like it, so I just wanted to leave it in the video to show you what that looks like. So eventually I just decided to layer them or offset all the layers just a teeny tiny bit at the bottom and the left, so that you can see just a peek of the other color. And then I did this with all the layers, so it's super dimensional. I don't think I've ever created a dimensional piece like that, but I wanted to use all the colors that I used on the other two cards, so to kind of have a cohesive set, so to say. So that's what it looks like. And this is another embossing folder that I did not show earlier. I don't remember the name of it, but it's, I don't know, it's really pretty, and it's actually like my what is it, like, I don't even know my own product names. The quilt background die that I have, it's the same pattern, and this card is also 4.5 by 4.5 inches, and then I trimmed off a little bit from the panel, the embossed panel, so there I have a white edge, and also because the pattern kind of looked like looked best as it is now. So I just added that dimensional high, and I will add the stitched little letters as well without stitching. At this point, I think I think you are used to this already, that I'm not saying I'm too lazy to stitch, because I spend a lot of time on other things, so I cannot say that I'm lazy to do it. It's just that this lace look I really like. So right now I enjoy doing this. At some point in the future, maybe I'll change my mind and I'm going to add stitching, but I think you could add you know, some floss to this and it would be really pretty. But instead of that, I decided to add some accents with these beautiful little flowers. So yeah, but I guess if I had decided to go with stitching, I would have just added white. So you would have, it wouldn't have been very prominent, but you could tell there's some texture to it. And I kind of created my own shape, let's say. I glued together a bunch of these sprigs the way, I don't know, the way I imagined it on my letter. I guess I could have created various little clusters as well. I think there's a lot of options, but then I also wanted to leave space for the sentiment, but because I wanted to, obviously there is already a sentiment on it, but I wanted to create a sub sentiment again for a cohesive look for my card set. Now I'm going to use these sentiment glimmer plates that is in the collection. This is my preference to stamps, to be honest. It goes quicker and I mess up less. I don't know, with the embossing, I often have flyaways and it's just not as clean as this one. I really prefer glimmer plates lately when it comes to sentiments. Of course, the bottom one I messed up, but I knew that that was going to happen because I was not careful with the tape that I used. So anyway, I don't mind if one out of so many didn't work out. And lately I also really like creating sentiments on color cardstock. Earlier I was always just doing white, but now I also do. I think it was because my cardstock, the color cardstock, always have a little bit of texture, even if they are smooth cardstock. And often in the past, at least, when I tried to do the sentiments on those, they never worked out nicely. But so at least at some point I kind of gave up, and now I'm just trying every time on different cardstock, and they actually work out. So it's good that I have different colors. And I use this die set that I always use from Spellbinders, that I will also link in. I don't remember the name of it, but to have more professional looking sentiment strips, which I cannot cut straight to save my life, so I always use that die set. And there's 3 sizes in that set, so normally the sentiments work with one of those. If they are longer, then I just have to trim them myself. So I opted to go with the navy cardstock on all of them in the end, but I did create white as well because I wasn't sure if I will like that deep blue with the about all of the cards, but I did. So I will just save everything for later. I really like having a lot of sentiment strips ready to go, because I don't really like to pull out my machine, the Glimmer machine, for just 1 or 2 sentiments, although lately I've been doing that too. Yeah, I just have no space for it, and then I have to clean up my whole work area, you know. Okay, so yeah, I did choose blue. I'm pretty sure I chose blue, or maybe not. That's what I remember. Yeah, I did. So as you can see, I'm layering some heavyweight white cardstock behind every sentiment, not just because this navy blue cardstock from Basil is actually not very thick, but I always do this, and then sometimes I don't even need to add foam tape because it's already so sturdy and dimensional. So here you have the 3 cards. I'm really sorry that this video again was very long. I could tell that I could have cut out a few frames here and there to make it shorter. I'll try to do a better job at this next time. Thank you for watching, and I hope you check out the other 2 videos on my channel today. And I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.